श्री Mahavidyalaya शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडळ, Shri Kumarswami College of Ausa, heartily greets all the honorable dignitaries and participants from all over the country and different parts of the world. A mini webinar series which is dedicated to women empowerment has been started by the college to commemorate the Women's International Day. The series was started on the eve of the Women's International Day. The main purpose behind the webinar series is to give and take knowledge of different topics and to enrich the knowledge for the benefit of individuals, the society, and the nation. The webinar series is going on very smoothly and successfully, and today is the last webinar of the mini webinar series, and this effort is going on without any interruption due to the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir. I welcome him as the presiding authority of today's national webinar. I am very happy to welcome today's keynote speaker and chief guest, Dr. Latika Bhatia, the director, Navodaya Central School. The chief guest is from Raichur, and the topic of today's national webinar is meaning, means and methods of leadership. On behalf of the organizing committee of the webinar series and Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, I heartily welcome you, ma'am, on this virtual dais. I also welcome the whole of organizing committee for this national webinar. And before the beginning of the keynote speech, it would give pleasure to all the participants to listen introduction of today's chief guest and keynote speaker. So I request Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for the same means for the introduction of the chief guest. Please ma'am, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. You all are welcome to this webinar series organized by Shri Kumarswami College Ausa. I am very thankful to respected principal and chief organizer Dr. Ambedkar MM, who has given this opportunity to introduce resource persons on this virtual platform. I am also thankful to respected Karad sir and IQSC coordinator Dr. Kale sir and all the respected participants, those who have joined and made this webinar series a very successful series. So I am here to introduce today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Latika Bhatia ma'am, who is Director of Navodaya Central School from Raichur. Title of speech is Meaning, Means and Methods of Leadership. Dr. Latika ma'am is an educationist and she has a decade of professional experiences. She has a doctorate. She also completed masters in 3 subjects, 3 diplomas, 3 bachelor's degrees, and have been felicitated by 15 national and international awards, including awards from extremely institutions like Ayush Ministry and UNESCO. To mention a few of these awards like Asian Achievers Award, International Educator Award, International Icon Award, Global Teaching Excellence Award, etc. So ma'am has achieved 15 national and international awards, but I have explained here some of these. So with this introduction, I would like to request today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Latika ma'am, please start your presentation. Thank you. Welcome ma'am.
Very good evening, one and all. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Bedkar sir for always organizing such series and motivating the speakers, the audience, and everybody in this field. You are doing an awesome job, sir. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank Prakash Karar sir and Anita Dole ma'am for such a wonderful introduction. With much ado, we will start with the topic of today, which is means, and methods of leadership. Just give me a moment. I'll just share the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes ma'am, yes.
Leadership. When we hear the word leadership, it moreover comes as, a positioning term or something. When we always call a leader, you always imagine somebody at a higher position. But it is not the scenario. If there is a leader in every individual, even a homemaker is a leader of her house. She knows how to manage things. She knows how to administer her children and all the things she knows how to manage the resources of the house. Even her peon also is a leader by himself because he is accountable for his work. He is responsible for his work. He is capable to manage his resources. So every individual has a leader in himself. If we go to the literary meaning of the word leadership, leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. But in a practical and dynamic sense, when we call it as in the actual organization, leadership is an outlook of taking accountability and responsibility of managing a system of people and processes in the most optimal and cordial way possible.
Madam, slides are not moving. Just click on that particular side which you are explaining, please.
I'm on that particular slide actually.
No, it's your introduction slide at first. If it is second, then you can click on second. Okay.
Okay. Just give me a moment.
Yes, yes. You can reshare also.
Just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, is my screen visible now?
Yes, visible. Yes, visible, madam. Just you click on 2-3 slides for your checking, then you go ahead. Yes,
Uh,
first slide.
the
Yes,
second
meaning
slide.
second slide. Okay, madam.
Is
Now
it
you.
moving?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I hope I'm clear with the meaning of leadership, the dictionary meaning and the practical meaning as such. Do you want me to repeat?
No, madam. You can continue. Next slide.
Okay. Uh, but when we come here with the word leader, often the word boss and a leader are interrelated, or they are misinterpreted. But there is a difference between a boss and a leader, which is clearly visible from this diagram. A boss always takes a stand that I know everything, and I don't need to teach me anything. I'm an expert in all these topics and all. But then a leader will always be open to your new ideas, new innovations. Then a boss, through a boss, there will be communication only in one direction. He'll just go on giving you the orders. Whereas a leader is always a two-way communicator. He will command also, but then at the same time, he will accept your suggestions also. Then a boss will always keep on criticizing you, whereas a leader will always encourage you. He'll be the person to motivate you for the efforts to move forward in the organization. A boss then, on the other hand, will always try to find out your faults, कि ये भी गलत किया है, ये भी फिर से गलत किया, and all that. Wherein a leader builds the people. Wherever you go wrong, he'll try to find a solution and he'll just push you forward. Boss is always the micromanagers, and in every organization, this micromanagement is the worst part. They are a disaster, you can say. They will not allow autonomy in the workplace, wherein a leader will empower, will guide the members to help and find appropriate solutions. A boss usually plays a blame game. Okay, if something goes wrong, he'll say, Mr. So and so, this is because of you it happened. And if that person is also smart enough in playing the blame game, he also will post on to other person. No, sir, it happened because of this person. But a leader is the one who is ready to take the accountability, because it is the team who is for which he is leading. He will be taking up the accountability of if anything goes wrong, it is my mistake. He will be ready to accept that, because any mistake of the team is my mistake, and he'll be ready to take that acceptability. Boss always, is eager to on his personal growth, on his personal career agenda and all that. As well as a leader always doesn't think as I, he always thinks as we. From me, he comes to we. Then a boss always demands results, wherein the leader will inspire to get the results. And here I would like to show a short video. Just a leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That was clearly visible from this video. A boss was only interested in having his own satisfy his own wants, wherein the leader was um, eager to fulfill the desires and satisfaction of all his team members. At the same time, even the word manager and a leader is somewhere or the other interpreted to just have this difference between a manager and a leader. Let's have a short video. In management, this is how they say that everyone are equal and they are organized for the same goal, right? But this is not in reality. The manager sees in this manner. He always sees himself at the top position, and the assistant manager is working, and supervisor, and the subordinate staff are literally dying to have the goal. But a leader will always take his team towards the goal. The manager accepts the status quo, the leader challenges it. Manager makes people doing things, the leader inspires people to do things. The manager has a short range view, whereas a leader has a broader prospects. The manager will always ask how and when, wherein the leader will ask what and why. This is rightly said, the manager does things right, wherein the leader does the things right. But yes, that is true that leadership and management goes hand in hand. You can have leadership, a better management only with a good leadership. Now, when we come to means and modes, means and methods of leadership. In anywhere, theoretical or practical, there is no such means and methods of leadership, but still purposely I gave my title to so that it comes as an enhancement. What is this method? As such, all through over the world, there is no specific method or process of leadership. It's not a recipe that you follow the procedure and you will become a leader. It is not a process that you step one you did this, step two you did this, and you became a leader. Leadership always comes by practice. But yes, there are certain traits traits like accountability, responsibility, empathy, then self-awareness. All this can definitely make you a leader. You can also become a leader by commitment, wherein we say commitment, it is there are certain people in the organization who are very committed towards their work. Work is life for them. So that quality of theirs pushes the management to push that employee towards the leadership position. Because if a leader is committed, by hook or crook, the team also will be committed towards work. The next quality is hard work. Your hard work pushes you to these positions. Any management, be it a profit organization, non-profit organization, needs success, and hardworking people everybody want in their organization. And as I said, for commitment, every organization wants a committed leader, so as they want a hard worker leader, and as well as I'll say a smart worker leader as well. Now, then you can also become a leader by perseverance. Perseverance is a quality which says that I'll never quit up. And you will find many people in that way, whatsoever it may be. I will just complete my work. Howsoever difficult the problem is, I'll overcome it. I'll get a solution to it. So this quality also definitely leads you towards becoming a leader. Next is declaration. This is a very good quality, which in one of the webinar, Mr. Rajiv Kapoor had said this words that he always, says that I declare it beforehand. So, for example, I'm giving you here is that I declare it that I'll be writing a book within 3 years. So, people keep on asking definitely, क्या हुआ तुम्हारा book नहीं छपा, तुम्हारा book नहीं छपा, and that will make me to push myself towards writing a book. Or in other words, if I say मैं 3 साल के अंदर अपना स्कूल खोलने वाली हूँ, people after 2 years, definitely they will ask me, क्या हुआ, आपका स्कूल कहाँ तक पहुंचा? That drives towards, to becoming a leader, to push yourself to open up a school, and these also qualities definitely enhance your leadership skills. Then there are certain people, you would have seen some certain kids that say that I want to be the boss. Well, when they play small games amongst themselves also, there are certain kids who want to always become the monitor, and then if they play some office game, they want to become the boss. This passionate quality of them also pushes somewhere or the other their inner self to be a leader. Last but not the least is being yourself. Every individual in himself or herself has one such quality which drives themselves towards becoming a leader. Be it empathy, be it accountability, be it responsible. And here I would like to give a small homework. Everybody who's present in the webinar, I would just like them to comment what quality in them they, look in to become a leader. That what one particular quality which can drive them to become a leader. I would leader to all become, but it's very much necessary to be a successful leader. So to be a successful leader, I would like to just enhance on some do's and don'ts. Some do's are always, keep motivating your staff. Even if you know that it will be difficult for the staff, but then you should have the words like, no, I have confidence in you that you will be able to do. Why can't you have confidence in yourself? These motivation keeps you pushing towards this to be a successful leader. Then also always try to get a solution to a problem. Whenever your subordinates come with a problem, don't just say that I don't know. Don't just ever say that I can't solve it, do it by yourself. Always give a solution to that problem. Then next is always appreciate the work of the subordinate. As throughout my career, I always remember that I appreciate a bit of work also in front of people in a group. That motivates the staff also to do better. Then next is always respect others. A good leader will always understand that every individual has its self-respect. Do not consider that if the team members are working under me, that means they don't have any respect. You can talk to them in any manner. You can just bombard at them the way you like. No, a good leader will never do so. Always respect others. Then be a learner. If you are a leader, that doesn't mean that you know everything. There are certain things we, in our day-to-day life, we even learn from small kids. So always try to be a learner and learn from your subordinates as well. Learn from the team members. Many times it is that technical also. Maybe this how the technology is working. We even need the help of 5-year kid also. A 5-year kid knows to operate the technical systems better than us. So you can always be a better learner. Then wherever possible, try to get the participation of your team members in decision making. You know that this quality of yours will give them a feeling as if they are a part of the organization, they are the owners of the organization, and this will lead towards the success and growth. Then there are certain don'ts. Never ever steal the credit of others. If your team member has done the work, always put it to the top management that this work has been done by so and so. Never ever say, I brought this idea. Supposing if any innovative idea your team member has proposed and you have to give it to the top level management, never ever say that I have come with this innovative idea. The stealing the credit of others will not make you a successful leader. Then don't underestimate your subordinates. As I said that you are a leader, that doesn't mean that you know everything. Nobody is perfect in this world. Nobody is, full of knowledge, complete knowledge. So it may be that whatever you are leading to, your subordinate may know better to do that. So never ever underestimate your subordinates. Do not pinpoint the mistakes of your team members in a group. As I said that you should always appreciate honest effort of a team member in a group, but never ever point out the mistake of your team member in front of others. Throughout my career, I have never ever, bombarded or even shouted at others in for a smallest mistake. Not even shout, I can say. I have just pointed out it in a small cabin. Never in a group. Then do not force work on others. There should be motivation, but that motivation should not be like a force that tumko karna hi padega. These words can never make you a successful leader. These words instead will make you as a something like a cruel leader or so. Then next is do not give unreasonable deadlines. If you know the work which you are giving to the team members or your subordinates is required around 30 hours, and you give the task to the team member and say, I want this work to be done by tomorrow, which you yourself know is not at all possible. So never ever do that. If you consider that there are 30 hours of work which are required, so as per working hours, just you can give a week or so that the team member also has time for his other activities, his personal life to deal it. Then last but not the least is do not be biased with amongst your team members. If you be biased, somewhere or the other you will be just passing on the good comments only on one team member. That this is where the groupism in any organization takes place. But when you have to lead the organization, you want your team to follow you as a good leader. You should always keep all your team members as one. The the last, I all will like to end my this session with a note, which is my all-time favorite quote by John Maxwell. A leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's all I would like to say on leadership. Thank you very much for patient listening. Any questions? I'm open to questions now.
Thank you, ma'am, for your elaborate speech on the topic meaning, means, and methods of leadership. After this illustrative speech, I would like to invite participants with their questions, doubts, and if there is any opinion. Please, participants.
Nobody interested to ask the question.
Once again, I request participants, if you have any query, please ask.
As it is always said in a classroom, that if there are no questions, then either you understood everything or you didn't understand everything.
No, madam, we understood everything. Very good lecture, elaborate lecture. That was good one.
Thank you, sir.
In the message box, there are
Just they must have created the new session device. So now just what is the relevance between the fact and figure about the present leadership and theoretical leadership, which is explained in the books?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So present relevance. You are not getting my question?
No, sir. Please tell me.
Actually, there is a difference between fact and figure. Fact means actually those are providing the leadership for the purpose to done particular work, suppose.
Yes.
Actually, they are supposed to playing the role as a boss. It
Yes,
means
sir.
actual whatever is there theoretically in the books. Actually, the leaders or other people not following the properly. It means it is the questions between suppose both the variables to becoming the new leaders with the help of the old or those are followers of the big leader or boss.
Sir, here I would say that a boss can be a good leader if he has then all the qualities. And as far as you are talking about the relevance, theoretical relevance, if you would have seen, I have just taken two videos, one picture image which explains the difference about the boss and a leader that I have taken from Google, our all-time googlebaba.com, and rest everything whatever I have presented is my own experience which I have put forward.
Madam, difference between leader and subordinates.
Leader is the one who takes the accountability and responsibility, and he is the one to take his subordinates ahead towards the success of the organization. He has to lead the example on for his subordinated, for his team members to follow him towards the success. As in any organization, I can say that if you are taking a production company, say Reliance company, Mukesh Ambani is the leader. his all his employees, all his COs, CEOs, all the managers are the subordinates for him. In your organization in Kumarswami College, Bedkar sir is your leader who has set a very good example for all his staff members.
Ma'am, there is one question in the chat box.
Yes,
The
sir.
question is, do you think leaders are born?
Leaders, yes, definitely leaders are born with certain quality. You know, there are certain traits in any individual. As I said in my PPT, that you can be a leader with your passion also. You can be a leader with your commitment also. That commitment, hardworking, some, many of them have since childhood. You will see or even say when you're talking about perseverance. There are many kids since childhood. They will just 2-year-old boy also. You'll see he'll start digging a well and digging a say a ground until and unless he is satisfied. He won't quit the work. So that inner quality is present in many human beings since childhood. That definitely can lead them to success.
Thank you.
Ma'am, all the points will not was telling different suggestions for not forwarding for finance, madam.
Not forwarding finance.
Develop the anyone organization
Right.
taking some finance, madam.
Of course,
Not
in
giving
finance
any
also, in any organization,
Boss
be
will
it
be telling a lot of suggestions and respect for this one urgent for institutions. This is made up of work on it. Telling boss is obey now, not financial problems. There are number of problems is there in any institution for taking finance matter.
see, whereas finance matters are concerned, if it is a fraud, a leader should know to how to tackle that problem also well. I'm not saying in the sense tackle in the sense that he should hide it, but he should bring it forward to the top management. In at the same time, if the fraud is done by an indispensable member of the organization, he should take that also into accountability. If so and so is taken out in as a chaos in the organization, if that staff leaves the organization, what will be the condition of my workplace?
Minimum steps and suggestions will telling this no finance have required. How can do this work? Telling that like that boss.
Okay, if the boss says no finance is required,
What you
I will
do?
say one give a short example. There was an annual gathering in which my management had just give me a moment, because my battery is going low. It might get off. I'll just ask for a battery recharge.
What are the suggestion given, madam?
Yes, sir. Just a moment. My phone, this laptop should not go off. I'll just start till then. It was an annual gathering and the budget was not sanctioned till that level. That means my staff wanted some additional, props in the background, which enhances the stage drama. At that moment, I thought, if it is okay, if we are not given any budget for that, there are certain waste things which we can use it. And all the from the waste material, the background was set up, and it was an awesome stage drama at that moment.
Required information, madam. Required what is the wanted for institutions. I telling that not obey the institution. For others leaders, you have do that work. Just given finance, madam. Just do.
आप सर अपना क्वेश्चन हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम.
ठीक है मैडम, ठीक है.
I can understand it better.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I want to question from the chat box.
So given.
So I want, ma'am, just a minute. Betkar sir is providing the leadership, and supposed to he is the boss as a principal. Okay, but today he is looking very nice. He is wearing the t-shirt. Okay, simple man. Sometimes he is wearing the blazer. So this is the simplicity is the once more quality of the leaders and boss.
Yes.
It means both are the same, which is providing the or taking the lead for the development of organization. This is
That
the
is
very
what
nice
the
and good example.
quality. That is what the quality of a leader is. That you see your leader to such a level that you want to look like him, you want to act like him, you want to just work like the way he is working.
Those who have telling other boss is given to finance, and a new boss is not given finance. What doing that work from?
Sir, I'm not able to get your question properly. Please, can you explain me in Hindi?
Madam, he wanted to know that the release of funds is from the boss is not properly done. That's what he mean. He wanted to have the required fund, but he is not able to get fund from his person, his boss, his leader. So in that case, what to do? How to acquire fund for boss?
Funds in the sense that in the form of salary or for working of the organization.
For working at the organization, it seems.
Not there. In others activities of library for journal subscription, others in
Organization. That's what organization.
organization required for purpose of library.
See that, let me tell you, if the leader is not releasing funds somewhere or the other, the leader is also, he doesn't have all the powers.
Any finance, madam. What
Either he may be autocratic person, not democratic person.
given information. Naturally, for 5 years have done.
See, that is your, then if the lies in your, how can you convince the management that, convince your leader that has it been that this expenses are
Other
not,
leader
we are
given,
going to
madam.
suffer so and so.
Required for our institution, other boss is given.
I think there are two people talking. Please, can one person talk at a time? Yes, Mr. Nadeem Pasha.
Nadeem Pasha, if you are unmuted, then you can speak. Or it is accidentally. Yes. Sonu sir, please ask something. It's a time to conclude speech one.
मैडम नमस्ते मैडम.
नमस्ते सर.
मैडम मेरा एक सवाल है
हाँ जी.
कि एक व्यक्ति जो अपनी पहचान वाले हजारों व्यक्ति है उनके बीच में बहुत अच्छा बोलता है,
हाँ जी.
उसमें कोई घबराहट नहीं होती, लेकिन वही व्यक्ति अगर थोड़ा सा हटके अनजान व्यक्ति में जाता है तो वहां चेंज हो जाता है. तो वो समस्या कैसे दूर की जाती है, फिर वो कारण क्या है?
ये इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल है सर. अगर मैं जहां तक आप ये सवाल ले रहे हैं कि वो जाने माने लोगों के बीच में बोलता है तो वो घबराता नहीं है, लेकिन अनजानों के बीच में जाता है तो वो घबरा जाता है. और एट द सेम टाइम मैं भी एक लीडर हूँ और मेरे साथ ये उल्टा होता है. सो वो इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी है अपनी अपनी.
Madam, can I come?
Yes, please.
what Sir is saying, Javier sir is right, but it happens very rarely. But leaders is always dynamic, bold. Either it should be autocratic or it should be democratic. Third is there, of course, but always autocratic leaders try to dominate, dictate terms and conditions. Whereas democratic leaders always believe in the participatory type of management. That's what there is nothing as such to have a fear complexion or something, because he should be a role model. He should have the ability to influence the subordinates to their peers, so that their colleagues. Nothing as such. He should get mingle with the colleagues, and thereby he should not ask for respect, but he should gain respect by involving himself or herself into the group of people. That's what I mean.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Thank you, madam.
And see, as a leader, even my team members are there in the group, but I don't fear accepting that yes, I fear in front of others.
So the very feature of the leader is not to have any fear, actually, because he was in and around the people, because he always develop a feeling in their colleagues that yes, I am one among you. But you need to have any fear complex. Because he must able to demonstrate, he must able to influence the work of subordinate. When you are getting into the work and doing it, automatically your subordinate gets, your colleague gets, influenced by you, and thereby there is no such fear complexion. What I feel. You should
Yes,
be.
sir. Yes, sir. And you are a very good and confident speaker than me. I accept that.
No, madam, because topic is a very nice topic, because it was a very touching topic, leadership. Everybody has got some other talent in them. They are leader in their own places, actually.
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Ma'am, good evening.
Very good evening.
Ma'am, Hussein here.
Yes, Hussain sir, please.
Just I would like to thank you for the wonderful session, ma'am, as I don't have any doubts because you have made everything crystal clear. And the points which you have mentioned, that everything was like, that is eye-opening to the so-called leaders. Okay, if they follow at least 50% of these points, so that particular organization will soar high.
Thank you so
Just
much, sir.
wanted to thank you. Thank you for the session.
Thank you so much, sir.
Madam, what would you suggest? What kind of leadership is suitable in Indian conditions, either for schooling, for college, for anything?
Sir, everywhere different kind of, as you rightly said, autocratic, democratic, participative. Somewhere where ministry is concerned, definitely their autocratic leadership works better. But where the organizations like service industries and all are concerned, it's usually better to have a participatory leadership.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, madam.
Very comprehensive, elaborate, and informative keynote speech, and very fruitful discussion session in which number of active participants, Dr. Badiuddin sir, Javeer sir, Hussain sir, Dr. K.N. Kadam sir, and many other participants have participated by asking questions, putting their doubts, and also expressed their compliments about the keynote speech. After this, I would like to invite the chief organizer and the presiding authority of the national webinar, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, for please sir, welcome.
Thank you, Professor Karad sir, and today's resource person, respected Latika madam, who is director, and all the college staff members, those who are joined here, including Professor Kadam sir, K.N. Kadam sir, Jamuntrao Kadam sir, and the chief organizing members, Professor Karad sir and Dr. Dhole madam. Both have conducted and helped us, and it's the example of the best cooperation of our staff that we are now at the end of this mini webinar series as nominated by the Professor Prakash Karad sir. It was started on 7th March for celebrating the International Women's Day from 8th March. On 7th March, the resource person Dr. Rachana Sharma contributed. At the time on 8th March, Dr. Uma Kadge madam contributed. On 7th March in the webinar, Dr. Zubeda Anwar madam have contributed. On 9th March, Meenakshi Rathi madam. On 10th March, Pramila Dias madam. On 11th March, Dr. Reshma Parab. On 12th March, Vishaka Khetrapal. On 13th March, Principal Meenakshi Mehra madam. On 14th March, Miss Aditi Singhal madam. On 15th March, Pratibha Vikram madam. On 16th March, Sonal Jazi madam. On 17th March, Dr. Caroline David madam. On 18th March, Professor Martin madam. On 19th March, Mrs. Shalini Chandhale madam. On 20th March, Dr. Vaidehi Pote madam. On today, Dr. Latika madam. So we are thankful to all these resource persons for cooperating us to celebrate this International Women's Day. And from tomorrow, we are commencing a new world record webinar series. The link will be given on the same group, various group, as daily you can receive the link. So it's a time to thanks to all of you, to all the resource persons, especially all those who come ahead and try to give some knowledge through this webinar series on the International Women's Day. Every resource person have contributed on various topics useful for society, useful for education, useful for the health, useful for the law. So all these things we are remembering here for today, and I'm thankful to all and hoping active cooperation from you. From tomorrow also we will meet here at 7 p.m. In the first of this international world record series 2. Badruddin sir, Zahir Jalveer sir, our all the participants, those who are daily actively participating, Tulsiram Shelke sir, Ipar sir, Vidyasagar sir, those who are contributed daily, they are again invited from tomorrow also. Thank you to all. Thank you to all my staff, those who are joining here daily. Thank you to organizing committee members, chief organizing committee members, Professor Karal sir and Professor Dhole madam, which is able to conduct this webinar series up to this end of today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for a wonderful program on the eve of this Women's Day, International Women's Day, sir. बहुत बहुत आपको हमारी तरफ से शुभकामनाएं सर आपके इस प्रोग्राम के लिए.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And now vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank today's honorable keynote speaker and chief guest, Dr. Latika Bhatia ma'am, who has accepted the invitation, spared her time to enlighten us on the topic, meaning, means and methods. The keynote speech was very illustrative, and also audio visual aids were used to make it very influencing, and all of the participants have got the qualities, understood the qualities of leadership and difference between leadership and boss. So thank you, ma'am, for your informative lecture on this virtual dais. I also thank the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, and he is the center point of this webinar series. because of whom the webinar series is going on successfully. So on behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series, I thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for introducing every day, and especially for today, the chief guest. I thank the whole of organizing committee and the participants for their time, for their participation, for their compliments, for their questions and doubts, for making this series very successful. And now I request participants to fill feedback link to have your certificate. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. We will keep this on for 5 minutes for filling the feedback. You may leave now. Thank you, madam.